Hi, I'm Constance Rhodes, and I'm here with Kate Wagner. And Kate is a dear friend who I first met when she came through one of the classes that I taught on finding balance. I wanted to bring Kate here to the site so that you guys would have a chance to get to know some of the folks who struggle with disordered eating and how it has played into their lives and how they're overcoming. So Kate, thanks for being here. I know it's weird to be on camera. I'm really glad you're here, but can you tell us a little bit about what was going on in your life when you first came to my class about 1.5 years ago?
Well, Constance, I was very angry. My marriage was in ruins, on the verge of divorce. I was yelling at my kids constantly, and I knew something had to change in my life, or I was just going to lose absolutely everything that I've always wanted and God had for me. So I found your class. As a matter of fact, my husband found your class, and I came to it. And when I came to your class, as you know, I was very upset, very angry. I was challenging you constantly for you to change me, and so that's pretty much it in a nutshell when I came to you.
So it sounds like your husband and you knew that there was an issue with food that was strongly influencing all of this chaos in your life?
Yes,
So
that is
can you
true.
tell me a little bit about that? What was your issue with food?
When it all started, my son turned 5, and it was his birthday. And what all started it was he had a cake, and at night, like 2:30 in the morning exactly, it woke me up, and I needed to eat that piece of cake. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't function until I ate it. So I would eat some of it, and then the next night, I knew I had to finish it when it woke me up again at 2:30 in the morning. And so when I finished it all completely, it was like my drug. And after I ate it, I was fine, and I went back to sleep. And then when I woke up in the morning, the guilt, how ugly and fat and ashamed I was of myself, how I blamed John for absolutely everything that had happened to me. And it was just, I knew something that was wrong. I knew that this was not right. And so that's when it all started, and I was going to counseling, and it was working, but I was still very, very, very angry and blaming myself for absolutely everything I ate. Everything was about food. Constantly, what was I going to eat? What was I going to do the next day? How was I going to get the weight off? I would lie about my weight constantly. Oh, it's because I had health problems. I would never be truthful with myself at all.
So, and while I think the cake at the 5-year-old birthday party triggered some things, had this started quite some time before that?
Yes.
I mean, it wasn't just like the cake and you woke up in the middle of the night, but what was the sort of the path from when you were younger and how that led you to that point where then you were triggered by this and then you realized you really had something to deal with?
Well, I think it all started to go way back in my childhood. I was sexually abused, and so I didn't know how to handle that, and I suppressed absolutely everything till I was 16 years old. And then one day I was watching a television show and it just came out, and I told my parents, and I went to counseling, and I suppressed and suppressed and suppressed, and I thought it was okay. And I kept eating, and I thought that was okay. That was just my life, constantly eating and not eating and gaining weight. I thought that was just the way it was supposed to be. And then when I got married, it got worse because it was all the intimacy, how I was overweight, and I would lose weight for the wedding. And then once that was over with, then I would eat more. And it was constant. We've been married for 16 years now, and the 15 years, it was just awful. And I would blame him for absolutely everything I did. At night I would eat. That was my time. When everybody went to sleep, I would just eat and eat and eat, and I had no idea what the underlying problem was until really I found Finding Balance. And I know that sounds
I'm going to pay you later
sorry
to say that.
but that is, I mean, honestly, it's true. When I found that, and I found the balance, and I'm not saying that I'm healed, but I'm saying I'm on my way, and it's still there. but I have found that balance. So when I swing out of balance every once in a while, I know I can bring myself back. Instead of swinging this way, eat everything, and then swinging this way and eat nothing, or exercising to the point where, that it's obsessing one way or the other. And me learning to communicate with John and letting him know what was going on, it helped a lot. And it was a long road, and it was a hard road, and it was probably the toughest road I've ever been on in my life. And I mean, I'm still struggling with it, but every day it's getting better. It's like baby steps, little by little by little, it's getting better.
I'm glad you added that last part, because a lot of people think that I'll take a class, or I'll do this, or I'll do that, and then everything will get better. But this has been a journey for you, a journey that you're still on, and we're going to have another segment with you where we're going to talk more about this, and then we're going to actually talk with Kate's husband, John, too. So, I appreciate your time, and come back and check out the next segment with Kate.